Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 14th, 2022 Valentine's Day reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading and before we begin this meditation, I would like to thank each and every one of you for your healing energy, your healing wishes, as I am recovering from a concussion. So thank you so much. It has been absolutely it has been a very difficult time, and it has been very heartfelt and wonderful to know that I have this community here and that you all are just so wonderful, so caring, so supportive. So thank you so much. I slipped, I fell, I hit my head, and I thought I could just walk it off. I didn't think it was going to be a big thing, and yet it was. And it was scary. It still is scary. I still am healing, but it is so much better than what it was. So thank you all so very much. All right, now with that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Scorpio, February 14th, 2022. Scorpio, angels and spirit guides show me clearly. 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 So we're doing things a bit differently. Let me know how you like this setup. At the front, right here at the bottom, is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, the upper part right here, is our heart and our emotional self. And the right-hand side is our public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Empress, which is beautiful. We're pregnant with possibilities and energy to bring forward into this world at this time. And the Emperor. Okay, so if you're looking to conceive, all right, anybody, this is a good day to do it. If you're not looking to, be mindful of it, okay? But there's just this beautiful creative energy that is coming forward during this time for you at the root, and it is something to be celebrated and really, it's a profound soulmate connection. It is a beautiful connection, and so that is really quite amazing. And then we have our inner self. And we have the Four of Swords. We need to rest, the Page of Cups, as love comes in and as we are progressing forward in love. Then we have our emotional self, where we have the star, which is Aquarius energy. It's our wish and it's our desire. If we do have Aquarius energy within our natal chart, this part of our personality is coming forward quite profoundly during this time. Then we have the Two of Wands, new gateways opening forward, and the Fool, this taking this leap, the going after what it is that we want, the being able to embrace the world that we want and the person that we want and what we desire within our lives. So if we're in a relationship, it's being able to move forward in the way that our heart is longing for. If we're looking for a relationship, it's being able to have that love come around us and seeing us progress in a way that is quite beautiful. If we're perfectly happy being single, then it is being able to progress forward in the love that we have for ourselves and the world around us. It moves us then to our public arena, and it's the King of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the gift coming in from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, and the King of Wands is here with fire and passion and tenacity and brilliance coming forward to really lead us in a direction that is really quite amazing. So let's look at the energy we are to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is the Princess of Pentacles. We need to be mindful of immaturity around the way that we think gifts are going to come forward, or around the way that prosperity is going to lead us forward in our lives. So just being aware of that is going to be very important for us. And it can be, a partner's immaturity, it can be our own immaturity, it can be, a person that comes into our lives that is making us feel as if we need to doubt this or we need to doubt that. So just being able to be secure within ourselves and within the prosperity that we are embracing within our lives is going to be quite beautiful. Then we have our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have two. We have abundance and the inner child. And I love that combination. So we have the root chakra coming forward with abundance and the inner child, the heart chakra, coming forward. So this is a time where we call upon the abundance within our lives as we connect with our inner child, as we connect with the person that we were. And whether we had the most magnificent childhood and we embrace that person who was always laughing and smiling and running and jumping, or whether we had a childhood where we had hurts and pains and disappointments, and we hold our arms open to that child and say, I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. I will always love you. I will always connect with you. I will always listen to you. Whichever path we have walked, that connection with that person that we once were is intrinsically important to the way that we move forward now. And let us look at this time, astrologically speaking. So we have here the waxing gibbous moon, and it brings us towards action. Now the waxing gibbous moon is in Leo, and when the moon is waxing, it is progressing towards being full, which means that the energy around us is focused on completion of our goals, is focused on preparing and progressing our lives forward. And so we're going to find that this time, this Valentine's Day, this day of love that's marked on our calendars, that has been a part of the history of ourselves for so long, we're now finding that we can think that it's supposed to progress a certain way. We're going to make it happen just like this or just like that. That energy is going to be around not only us, but everyone. But if we can step back and we can embrace action as in doing, as in connection, as in, letting ourselves be in motion, but letting ourselves be in motion in a way of expression instead of a way of, I'm checking off the list. That's going to be very important to savor our time. The moon is opposite Pluto. Now, this is important for us, Scorpio, because we're ruled by Pluto. All right? So with the moon opposite Pluto, this intensifies our hidden emotions. It's going to really intensify our own. And they're going to start rising to the surface. And there's a deep, they need attention. They need a deep attention, or they demand attention during this time. Our feelings are not only going to be intense, but also complex. So being able to acknowledge that is going to be important. The moon is opposite Mercury. Now, we can appear outwardly to be very cheerful and very fine and everything's great, type of deal. But inside, there's a fragility that each and every one of us has that needs to be acknowledged. And so this moon is complex. It is intense. It is, it is bringing this day is bringing forward energy that is more than we had thought it would be. We can think that, oh, it's just going to be a fun day. No, it's also, well, yes, it is going to be a fun day, right? But it's also going to be a much more intense day than we had realized. And it brings us right here to the Emperor and the Empress. This beautiful combination of bringing forward into the world, creating into the world what we desire, what we want, what we need, what we love, who we are. But there's a nurturing, there's a brilliance that comes forward. And then we have the Emperor. And the Emperor is the doing, the passion, the insight, the movement here and now. It's also Aries energy. So if we have Aries within our natal chart, this comes through very powerfully here at our root. But what we're going to find is that there's a soulmate connection. During this time, Scorpio, we can look for other connections. And soulmate connections don't necessarily have to be lovers. They can be friends, they can be family members. They are people that our soul connects with in such a profound way that it is so comfortable to be around them. Here we have this power moving us towards so much more than we had expected. This is a time where possibilities start to become realities. This is a time where we look at love and we say, what do I want? What do I need? What do I value? What do I desire within my life, within myself, within this love to move me forward? And it brings us to our inner selves. It brings us to a place of pause. We also have the repeat of the number 4. The number 4 is telling us to be present within our own bodies, within our own selves. And as we are being present within our world, as we are embracing the gift of who we are, we also have ourselves as the student of love, the student of healing. We connect, and we need to connect by quieting down our world. And as we are quieting down our world, we are seeing ourselves. We are seeing that inner child. We are seeing, what we love and what we want and who we are and where we need to be. And that starts to transform us in a very real, very powerful, but very beautiful way. And as that door is opened, we start to look at things differently, inwardly. Inwardly, we come to things with a sensitivity and a rawness, a realness that is really quite powerful. And it brings us here as we rest, as we contemplate, as we understand the power of our story. Because we as human beings, we are drawn to stories, and our lives are stories. And so we look at and we honor the story that is our life, the movie, the book that is our life. Even if we think, my gosh, this is boring. But it's not. There's a million complexities that move us forward. And that's what we are really embracing here. On this day of love, as this connection of love, we are seeing ourselves move forward in a way that is quite beautiful, quite extraordinary. And it brings us to our greatest wish sent forward from our heart. It's not what we cross our finger for. It's what we deeply long for within the depths of our soul. What we think, oh my gosh, can I? Can I want this? Can I have this? Can I move forward this way? And it's divinity hearing that wish and the doors starting to be opened. We're starting to say, yes, I can. Yes, I can have that love that I want within my world. Yes, I can move forward in the way that I desire. Yes, I can, see this progression forward. And it brings us then to taking that leap of faith, to going after what it is that we deeply desire, want, and need, to opening up that door in a very real and powerful way. And being brave. And not listening to what everybody else says, but stepping into our power and into ourselves and seeing who it is that we are and what it is that we want. And that brings us to a place of passion and fire and instinct and ideas. That brings us to a place of the door opened. And as the door is opened, here it says honor and standards and wisdom, motivation and honor and standards and wisdom and motivation, surrounded around us like a mantra, guiding us forward in ways that we hadn't expected, hadn't anticipated. This is a time that it seems so easy, almost. It seems so, everything falls into alignment, and we start off with that soulmate connection, that power, that instinct, that idea. And yet, for so many of us, this has been such a long journey. This has been a hard road. And to be able to birth forward into our world what it is that we desire, to be able to say, this is what I want to create, this is what's important to me, that's extraordinary. And it brings us to this place where we have the gifts coming in, the prosperity and productivity and beginnings, prosperity, productivity, and beginnings around us again like a mantra, bringing forward these gifts from divinity, from God, source, spirit, however we see the divine, the universe, to say, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is who I am, this is how I move forward. The Ace of Pentacles is a gift to be planted and nourished and nurtured, just as the Empress is pregnant, with a gift to be cherished and brought forward and nurtured. There is such a power here that is leading us. It is within us during this time. It is the love that we are connecting with. It is the passion that we want. It is the beauty that is a part of us, and it's opening up the door in such a way that we feel ourselves being able to be free. We feel ourselves moving towards what we have greatly longed for. And this is a day that it's not only this day that we're talking about this time of love, this symbol of love that is leading us towards more than we had imagined. And as we're embracing this love, we're learning how to move forward in 2022 in a way that is just extraordinary for us, that connects with our hearts and our souls and our passions and our desires, and opens up that door in a way that we hadn't expected. It moves us to the subconscious energy to be mindful of, and that's Freya, that's Sagittarius energy. It's being mindful of having other people's definitions of things become our reality. Like, it has to be this way. Why? Because that's the way it's sold to us? That's the way people want it to be? No, our love gets to be the way that our heart needs it to progress and move forward within our lives, within ourselves. The way that the door is opening for our hearts and ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is play. This is again the heart chakra coming forward. The beauty of play. We forget that. We forget, especially as we get older and things get serious, we forget how much we need the laughter, the play, the freedom of that. But also, play is only done by human beings when we feel safe, when we feel secure. And so to be able to put play into the equation is to be able to feel safe and secure within the world that we are in, within the love that we are moving forward in. It moves us to our subconscious rooted energy, and that is the High Priestess. The veil is being lifted from our eyes. We're seeing our love and our connection in a way that is profound and beautiful and astounding. But it's also not full of the BS, the lies that so much of our world is surrounded by. We're looking at things with an honesty and an openness that is secure and reassuring and powerful. And it brings us to our subconscious emotional self, inner self. And it's the Six of Wands, it's celebration and success. It's being able to have that world because we are letting ourselves here. We are embracing what we love and the way we are being inspired in directions in ways that we hadn't thought of and we didn't know could come forward. And now there's a victory in our lives into ourselves. So it's like, wow, I did this. I have this, or I've accomplished this. And that becomes extraordinary. It's like, this is my heart and my energy and my soul and myself. And it leads us to our heart energy. And that is the Three of Wands. That is, again, looking at these horizons, being able to be moving forward, to being able to see our successes. And it brings us to our subconscious public arena self. And that is the Six of Swords. Here it is explore and discovery and moving on. And in the public arena, that's what we are doing. We're taking all our knowledge, all our wisdom, everything that we have fought and earned and discovered, and we are moving forward towards so much more than we had ever thought possible. And we're doing so, and we're moving with wisdom and insight. And yes, the road will be scary and overwhelming along the way, but it always is. And this is a time where we are armed with the knowledge and the wisdom that we have acquired over the years. And that moves us forward in a way that is extraordinary. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the beautiful power of the soulmate connection that is this day and this time for us. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio, and may you have a blessed Valentine's Day.